Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh. Good day to you students. How are you doing? How is your holiday as well? So I'm welcoming you guys to this session of revision. I'll be taking you on ICT. Quick revision on the topics we have discussed this time. So I'll be starting with the history of computer, which will say the history of computer tells us how computers began and how they have changed over time. Now, going to the next one, which is the father of the computer. We said Charles Babbage is called the father of computer because he made the first idea of a real computer. Then we have the simple stages of computer. The first one, we have the old computers, which the old computers, they are very big, they are slow, and they are heavy, and they made use of electricity. Then we have the second one, which is the new computers. They are very small and they are fast and they are easier to carry like phones and laptops. Then we have the early calculating devices, which is the first one we have the abacus, which is used for counting bits. Then we have the second one, which is the Pascaline, made for addition and subtraction. Then we have the third one, which is the difference engine. And we have the fourth one, which is the analytical engine. Going to the next topic, which is the early counting devices. We said early counting devices are simple physical tools or methods like fingers, stones, tally marks used by early humans to perform arithmetic calculations. So types of counting devices, the first one we have the fingers, stones, we have pebbles, we have the cowrie shell. So going with the fingers, we said people use their fingers and toes to count things and to add or subtract different numbers ranging from 1 to 20. If you can count your fingers and your toes, they're all 20 in number. So the second one, which is the stone, stones were introduced by the early people when counting became difficult beyond the use of hands and feet. So we have the pebbles, which are small stones made smooth round by the action of water and sand. So this made counting easier for the early people because of its small size, and also because they could find as many as they wanted. So we have the cowrie shell. So the cowrie shell is a scale of small and large sea snails. They were also used as counting devices by the early people. They also used cowrie shells as money to buy and sell. Then we have the further development on calculating devices. So after the early efforts in the use of counting devices, people found out that fingers, stones, pebbles, cowrie shells were not enough to do counting. So they began to think and made machines to help themselves in counting. So these machines, we have the Pascaline, we have the multiplier wheel, then we have the difference engine. So the Pascaline, which was invented in 1642 and was the first machine to do both addition and subtraction, it was named after its inventor, which is Blaise Pascal. The name of the inventor is Blaise Pascal. So the second one, which is the multiplier wheel, the Pascaline was improved on 1674 by a German mathematician named Gottfried Wilhelm Leibniz. So Leibniz invented a calculator which could do the tasks of multiplication and division together with addition and subtraction. So the third one, which is the difference engine. So Charles Babbage, which is a British inventor and mathematician, in 1822 he began to build a machine that could solve mathematical problems. He named his machine, different engine. So going to the next topic, which is the evolution from early counting devices to present day computers. So the first one we have the abacus, the Pascaline, we have the multiplier wheel, we have the difference engine, we have the analytical engine, we have the punch cards, we have the ENIAC, we have the binary system, we have the transistor, we have the integrated circuits, we have the microprocessor chip, we also have the personal computer, which is known as the PC. So the abacus, which is the earliest real counting devices, which works with addition and subtraction by sliding bits along the wire. So the second one, which is the Pascaline, which was invented after the abacus. So it was the first machine that could do both addition and subtraction. So we have the multiplier wheel, which was invented by Gottfried Wilhelm, a German mathematician who improved the Pascaline on 1674. Then we have the difference engine. So Charles Babbage built a machine that could solve mathematical problems beyond the earlier machine in 1822. Then we have the analytical engine, which included arithmetic unit, control flow, and integrated memory, making it the first complete design for a general purpose computer. Then we have the punch card, an American statistician named Herman Holwitz invented punch cards in 1890. It is used to enter numbers into the machine that was using electricity. And we have the ENIAC, which was invented by John Maclay and J. Presper Eckert in 1945. Proposed to build a machine for the US government called Electronic Numeric Integrator and Computer, which is known as ENIAC. Then we have the transistor. An American scientist named William invented the transistor in 1948. And we have the integrated circuit, which was invented by Jack Kabian in 1958. And the TENS, which is the microprocessor chip, which was invented by Ted Hoff in 1969. Then we have the PC computers, which was introduced to the public on August 12, 1981. So going to the next topic, which is the categories of early counting devices. So we have three main categories of early counting devices. The first one we have counting by body parts, which is the manual counting. Then the second we have the counting by objects, which is the physical counting. Then the third one we have the mechanical counting devices. So the first one, which is counting by body parts, which is known as the manual counting. So people use their fingers and toes to count small numbers. For example, counting from 1 to 10 using the fingers. Then we can also, the second one, we said counting with objects, which is the physical counting. So people use stones, pebbles, sticks, cowrie shells, seeds to represent numbers. For example, using 5 stones to represent 5 goats. Then the third one, which is the mechanical counting device. As people developed, they invented simple machines to help them count faster and more accurate. For example, we have the Stanley sticks, we have the wooden sticks with marks for counting, and we have the abacus, which is a frame with beads used for counting and calculation. Going to the next topic, which is the input devices. So, an input device is a device used to enter data, instructions, or command into the computer. So, without input devices, the computer cannot receive information from the computer. So, examples of input devices. The first one we have the keyboard, which is used for typing letters, numbers, and commands. Second one we have the mouse, which is used for clicking, selecting, and pointing on the screen. Then the third one we have the microphone, which is used to record voice or sound into the computer. And the fourth one we have the scanner, which is used to copy pictures or documents into the computer. Then the fifth we have the joystick, which is used for playing games. Uses of input devices. Number one, we have to type documents. We have to move objects on the screen. Then we have to speak or record sound. Then we can use the input devices to play games and also to select items on the computer. Then going to the next topic, we have the output devices, which we said output devices are devices that display or produce information from the computer. Examples of output devices. The first one, we have the monitor, which displays text and images. Then we have the printer, which produces hard copies. Then we have the speaker, which produces sound. Then we have the projector, which displays information on large screen. Then the keyboard. A keyboard is an input device used to type letters, numbers, symbols, and commands into the computer. So parts of keyboard. Number one, we have the alphabet keys, which is A to Z, which is used for typing letters. Then the second one, we have the number keys, which is from 0 to 9, used for typing numbers. Then we have the function keys from F1 to F12, which is used for special commands. We also have the arrow keys, which is used for moving the cursor around. Then we have the space bar, which is used to insert spaces between words. And the sixth, we have the enter or return key, which is used to move to the next line or give a command. And the seventh, we have the backspace or delete, which is used to erase character. Then we have the mouse. So a mouse is a pointing device used to move the pointer on the screen and give commands by clicking. So parts of a mouse. First one, we have left button, we have the right button, we have the scroll wheel, Then we have the mouse body, which is used for movement. Then we have uses of mouse. First one, we have moving the cursor or pointer. Also have selecting icons and files. You can also use the mouse to select icons and files. And then for opening programs by double clicking, can also use the computer to drag or drop an item. And the fifth, we have scrolling up and down of pages. So with this, I believe we have briefly explained the topics we have discussed this time. So if you have any question, please do yourself a favor of asking in the comment section. I'll be there to answer. And also write your names in the comment section so that I will know the people that have attended this class.